It's supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Oh my gosh, y'all. After a quick weekend trip that I had with my hubby to Disneyland, I am really reminded why Disney is the master at what they do and how you can actually implement a few things into your business ASAP to increase your student retention and increase your client lifetime value. If you're joining me, say, hey, Erin, what's up? Let me know that you're here. I always want to know who's with me when I'm coming on live every single Friday morning for the Erin Bird live show. Now, if you've stumbled upon us here somehow, I'm Erin Bird, and I support dance studio owners and educators to really grow their businesses without the overwhelm, the burnout, or sacrificing their personal lives. Because the truth is, you don't have to. You can have passion, you can have profit, and you can create the life and business of your dreams. So if you're here, say what's up. If you come back in on the replay, we want to know that as well. So just drop a little hashtag replay if you're coming back in later, and we will continue the conversation. And so, my friends, I am a firm believer in learning out loud. What does that mean for you? So, if you have a little aha moment, if you have a little golden nugget that resonated with you, I want you to get those fingers going, drop it in the chat so we can actually have a conversation. It does two things. It helps anchor in those ideas for you. And also for anyone who's coming back in on the replay, they lean in a little bit closer and they are going to be like, ooh, that's a juicy nugget or something that I should really think about. So, my friends, let's dive in today about the top 3 lessons that reminded me that I got brought up from Disney that we need to implement now. So, let's get those started. The first thing is the customer journey is number 1 priority. So what does that mean? When you visit Disney, Disneyland, Disney World, Disney Paris, all the Disney parks, and this actually goes beyond the parks, but because I was at Disneyland, I'm speaking specifically about the parks, is the customer journey is their number 1 priority. How do we make their experience not just a desirable experience, but makes it a magical experience? They want everything they do and that you encounter to be magical as possible. So I'm like, this thing is going off over here. Sorry, y'all. So customer journey is number 1 priority. Now, how does that apply to you? So we need to think about our customer journey from pre-trial, pre-enrollment. We need to think about it from what is their first impression of you and your brand, wherever they're meeting it, right? So that could be maybe they see your website. That might be their first impression. Maybe it's they see your name dropped in a Facebook group. Is it good or is it bad? Like, what we want to think about the whole journey. So from inception of them actually coming in contact with your brand through lots of different channels, right? What is that? What does each step of the way look like for them so that it feels seamless and easy? And so they are raving fans, so they want to come back and back and back. Now, can I divert a little bit real quick from Disney? And I have to tell you that yesterday, this whole idea was anchored in for me when I actually had an experience with my credit union. Now, I have to tell you, they are normal. I love my credit union. Like, whenever we go into a branch, things are very easy. They're very kind. They're warm. They're welcoming. They're always, wanting to help. But yesterday, I had to say that kind of like 2 things. A technology was a fail for them, and their customer service, not inside office, but through their member services chat online, and their even the phone number was not up to their par. And I came away really, really frustrated. And I ended up going into the branch and getting done what I needed to get done. That took me over an hour trying to make happen through their member services outside, because that's where I was directed. It was very frustrating. Very, very frustrating. And to me, having a member wait on hold for 45 minutes before anyone ever answers, which they never did. After 45 minutes, they said, "Oh, we'll give you a call back." Like, that's unacceptable. So it really hit home this idea, my friends, that the customer journey is our number one priority. That does not mean we are going to make everybody happy. That does not mean that everyone is going to agree with us in everything that we do. But what it means is that we're thinking about the experience. Like, you want every single person to walk away thinking, gosh, like they've thought about all the details. So, what is their journey from beginning throughout so they become a lifetime client? So, what is the journey? How are we putting ourselves in their shoes and what their experience is going to be? It's paramount. It's number one priority. And then, y'all, the magic lies in the details. You know, sometimes they say the devil's in the details, but the truth is the magic lies in the details. And when we can think about these little bits along the way, those little details, it creates magic for them. It makes them think, like I said, oh, they thought about everything. They anticipated my needs before I even knew they were one. Or they hit me with all the information right when I was thinking about it. They knew me so well because they know their ideal client so well. They knew me so well that they front loaded me with all the questions that they knew I was going to have. The magic lies in the details. Okay? The magic lies in the details. Think about all the little bits. Think about how can we plus the experience? How can we go from average to awesome? And that lies in those details. That lies in those details. Right? How are we going to supersize it? How are we going to plus it? And it's by adding those little cherries on top. The magic lies in the details, which, y'all, can I tell you? Disney does the details. They really do. We were watching the parade and we were just thinking about, and I was, because it was a kidless trip, it was just my husband and I. One of the things that it allowed me to do that I hadn't done in a really long time is view things from a different set of eyes. Okay. Because I have to tell you that Disney is a magical place for my husband and I. That's where we dated, right? Like when I was in college and we were, starting to date, we were, friends and whatnot. We both had season passes to Disneyland and, he'd call me up and say, hey, you want to go to Disneyland for a couple hours tonight? I'm like, yeah, sure, let's go. Right. Because we both love Disneyland so much. And I viewed it from one perspective. And then we got married, we had children, and then we got to share the joy of Disney with our children. So what does that tell you? Number one, it became generational because we love Disney so much, him and I, that we wanted to make sure that our kids got to experience Disney. This is where, as studio owners will see too, like if you do your job so well, your students then grow up, have their own kiddos who then will automatically bring to you. And it becomes a place where generations get to experience the joy of your studio. So, but then I was seeing Disney through a different set of eyes. I was seeing it through the eyes of a mom who had two little kiddos, all of the things, right? And wanting them to experience the magic. So it gave me a different set of lenses and expectations and allowed me to see some details that they were thinking of that never occurred to me necessarily because I didn't have children at the time when I first was, when Justin and I were going to Disneyland all the time when I was in college. So it allowed me to see all of the magic that was set up for families and young children. And so it allowed me to see that. And now as we went back on a kidless trip, when it's just two adults, it allowed me to also see things from a different perspective, that maybe I didn't see. Sometimes you can't see the forest for the trees when you're in it. So we were watching the parade, and there was a family with two little kiddos, and watching these kiddos watch this parade and listening to the parents and the mom and interacting with their child. And then when those parade performers gave that moment and just that special little hello and engagement with, she was about 4. Next to me, there's a little girl who's about 4, and she was standing up on top of the stroller, like on the stroller. She was into it, she's dancing, and you could see her face lit up. Her face lit up when she saw Moana, and Moana connected with her. It was magical. Like, I literally watched, I'm like over here watching the magic, the wonder, all of the feelings inside. And then the rest of the parade, that child was fully engaged and fully engrossed, and she was in it. She was dancing, she was singing, she was just having the best time. And that happened in that magic, in that details, where Disney, lets its cast members, their goal is to connect with people on that parade route. Lock eyes, have a moment, a wave, a kiss, a love, right? Like, it is those little details, which might not seem a lot, but that's where the magic lies. And it goes back to this number 1 of the customer journey is, are we teaching our staff that the magic lies in those details? That we don't do average, we do awesome. It is a saying that I have up for my staff, and we live and breathe by it. We don't do average, we do awesome. The magic lies in the details, my friends. And then, before I get to number 3, because it's a good one, I want to remind y'all that the applications are open for the mentorship. Now, let me tell you, we were having a conversation. I had someone say, like, I don't really quite get it. What is this all about? And I have to tell you that I talk to studio owners every single day, and I get all the feels. Let me tell you, I am saddened by a lot of their situations where they're at. I get angry because of the stories that have been perpetuated in our industry, and that, the whole scarcity lack mindset, the starving artist mentality. I get fired up about it. I get a little pissed off about it, if we're being honest. I feel so much joy when I talk to studio owners and they tell me about all the amazing things that they're doing and the impact they're making. But what happens so often is I talk to studio owners and they're really struggling, whether they're struggling financially, they might be struggling emotionally. They're feeling like they're being pulled in a million directions. They're doing all the things, they're working all the hours, and they're burning out, and they don't know if they can continue at this pace. And they know they need support, but they're in such a place where they can't simply afford it. They can't simply afford to get the support. And so they keep chugging through. They keep, clawing their way and trying to claw out of the hole, but they just can't get it because they don't have the hand pulling them up. They don't have that. And so what I decided to do, good morning. What I decided to do was I wanted to give an opportunity to a studio owner for mentorship. And what does that mean? Mentorship gets you a couple things. Number 1, it gets you access to me. Every single week, I'm going to be helping you. We're going to be meeting. We're going to be going over what changes need to be made, strategies, how to implement them, how to change and turn things around for you based upon your unique goals, keeping in alignment with your vision to create a successful studio that not only fulfills your cup, right, but allows you to do more. And so you get access to me, you get access to my team and my resources. Oh my goodness, my friends, it stops you from trying to have to DIY everything on your own, and really have a full picture of everything that you need, right? Whether that's marketing help, business foundations, financial strategies and advice. It's a curriculum help. Like, what is it that you need to make this studio run simply like clockwork, easy for you, but also get you in a place where you have your freedom, whether that's time, financial, right? What is that you need? And what we decided to do was make it where there's really no risk for you. There's no risk. You get the results before you ever have to pay us. Now, there is a $7 application fee, so to pay for my team to go through all these applications, right? But you will start getting the results before you ever pay us. And this idea came to me as a culmination of a couple different things. Number one, having those conversations in our industry with studio owners, that was like the catalyst. Then I had some people coming to me just saying different things, and my youngest daughter Peyton has started to love watching Shark Tank. Have y'all? Let me know. Do you guys watch Shark Tank? Do you guys watch Shark Tank? Have you ever watched Shark Tank? And what I love about Shark Tank is that the sharks, and I say that in quotation marks because, obviously they are there. They're proficient in business. They are there to help. Yes, love Shark Tank, right? So my youngest daughter, Peyton, she actually recently started to watch Shark Tank, and we watched it together. And she loves being able to, when they come in and do their pitch, before the sharks start asking questions, she's like, Mom, I bet you they get a deal, or no, I don't think they're going to get a deal. Right. And then she might change her tune as people start to ask questions, and she could see things, but it's really great to watch. But what I love about Shark Tank is that these entrepreneurs are coming in just like you dance studio owners. They're coming in, they're recognizing that they need support, whether it's capital, mentorship, both. Maybe it is, but they also understand that they have to have some skin in the game. And so, yes, the sharks are going to ask for some skin in the game. But what does that do for the relationship, right? So the relationship is the shark is there. They're going to give you their mentorship or their money, or both, obviously both when they're giving their money, but they actually, they expect for something in return. So after I was thinking about this, we've just gone off of watching binge watching 4 episodes of Shark Tank. And I got in the shower and I was like, oh, okay. And so I started thinking, I'm like, how do I apply this concept to help studio owners get the support that they need, right? But also making sure that they are ready and willing to do the work, to be held accountable, to show up, to try things even when they're scary, right? And so we have constructed this opportunity where you don't pay anything up front, but once we start getting results, then you start to pay on the back end. Okay. And we took the best of both. I think we took really the best of both worlds. We took some ideas from Shark Tank. I took some ideas from other things that we've done in the past. And I really think that this mentorship program is the beautiful blend of really showing how magic can happen in your business, even if you're not in a place right now financially to invest in the support. So if you have not applied yet, I urge you to apply. Applications are closing on Tuesday, October 31st. My team, and well, Paula and I should say, not everybody on the team, but Paula and I, our plan is on our long flight to Ireland. We are going to be going through these applications and start to narrow it down to the top 3 finalists. When we're in Ireland, we will reach out to those top 3 finalists and we will do a Zoom interview where we are really going to just dive in and see where everyone's at, go over their applications, and then we will announce one winner on November 11th of this mentorship program. So, my friends, I want you to know, stay tuned. Make sure you get those applications in. So then that way we can, I can already tell you, I did a sneak peek. I couldn't help myself. I started diving into a few of the applications that we received. And you guys, I literally was in tears. I was in tears because the responses in the applications, it brought me to tears. The why people are doing what they're doing, the impact that they want to make in the world, but the idea that, Erin, I never set out to be a studio owner. I'm an accidental studio owner. I'm not good at math. I'm not good at business. I'm a damn good educator. And like we have a team of really great staff or teachers or educators. But the business side of me has my head spinning. And so, y'all, I was like, I have to kind of close my thing because I got to, maybe I shouldn't have done the sneak peek. Y'all, I'm thinking about it now as I'm saying this. And when we're on our flight to Dublin, I'm probably going to need all the tissues because I have a feeling I'm probably going to just be like, and I'm sure the third person next to Paula and I is probably going to be like, what is wrong with these people? Whatever, that's okay with me. But so get in your applications. Like I said, only open till Tuesday, October 31st. So time is limited. The application process is not hard, my friends, but you do need to fill them out and fill them out as completely and, as possible, because it helps us make the best decision possible. Okay. So know that's coming out. All right, let's dive in. And if you have questions about the mentorship, absolutely let me know. But know that inside this mentorship, you are going to receive the highest level of support, because here's the thing. If we don't do our job, we're out. Right? And not only that, we want to see you succeed, but really we are going to walk hand in hand with you through this whole process. There are going to be lots of check-ins with me and my team because we want to make sure that you succeed. You have all the tools that you need, and that we're really going to make sure that this is transformational for you. What I can tell you is that the person who gets picked for the mentorship, because they are going to be fully invested and do all the work, that by the end of this season for them, they're going to look and say, I don't even know this business because it is everything that I ever dreamed it's going to be, and it's going to fully turn and just change the whole trajectory of their business. So my friends, get in on that mentorship. If you have not yet, get in on that application. I should probably drop a link in the chat as well. Let me get that for you all. Copy and paste, because there we go. Okay. So let me get on to the last thing. So What is the last lesson from Disney that we need to implement right now in our studios? So for them, they empower their cast members, their staff. They empower them. They empower them to make decisions, to create magical moments for people, which equals raving fans. Y'all, I mentioned it, some of you may have seen it, but my husband and I, we when we were on our honeymoon at Disneyland, because that felt appropriate for us, when we were on our honeymoon, we had our little, celebrating pin, and my husband, we both were just decked out. I had my mini ears with the veil, and all that great stuff. And not anniversary, on our honeymoon, when a cast member had saw that we had all of that, they created magic for us, and they said, hey, we were in line to go on the storybook canal boats, and they said, we want to give you your own ride. Like, there was line. We're like, oh my gosh, that was great. Such a wonderful memory that was anchored in. And so this trip, we were in line for the storybook canals, and we happened to just be talking. My husband and I were talking about it just in line and like reminiscing on the memory. And a cast member happened to be standing there waiting, to move the queue along, and she overheard us, and she said, oh my goodness, you celebrated your honeymoon here. We were talking, and I said, yeah, and this is our first trip in 15 years kidless since then. And she's like, oh my gosh, that's something worth celebrating. And are you enjoying all of the snacks? And, so we were just talking about it. But what did that cast member do? She pulled us aside and gave us our own ride again. She said, I want you guys to relive that moment. Okay, y'all. Now, let me tell you, people in queue were like, who are they? Why do they have their own boat? People walking by, or even people in Casey Jr., they're like pointing and we're waving at them and like all the things, right? What did that do though? That empowered cast member took the time to make a magical moment for us, which, what am I doing right now? I am raving about Disney. I'm raving about them. So when you empower your staff members, your teacher, your front desk, your program manager, when you empower them to make magical moments, to make decisions, because they know what your culture is, they know what your values are, you and your team will create raving fans who then go out into your community and share with everybody how amazing your program is, right? Like, oh, right? I mean, it was so good. It is those sort of things. And I can't even tell you how many times over the years that Disney has pixie dusted us in the little ways. Like, they know that those they're little love taps, and they're things that they're doing. Now, not everyone is always going to get pixie dusted. There are too many clients, there's too many attendees, there's too many people visiting Disney every single day for them to do something major like that for every single person, obviously. That being said, it's the attention to details, and it's empowering your people to make that magic. And what it does is it has your team invested because they feel valued, that you trust them to make those decisions, to do the extra, put the cherry on top. But we have to empower our team. And my friends, this is not about taking away control from us, because some of us, I mean, I'm not going to lie to you, I'm a little type A. I am. That being said, I know that I've done my job in really embedding our culture, our value systems into everything that we do. And my team, they live and breathe that. And if they don't stay with me for long. I'm going to be honest with you. They have to live and breathe our culture. And the whole motto that we don't do average, we do awesome. And I then empower them to do that. And that could be in a multitude of ways. I can probably do a whole show about how do you empower your team? What are some of the things? Like, let me know. Is that something that you want me to do? Like a whole show about how to empower your team, get them on board, and then use that to create a 5-star customer experience? I don't know. Let me know. But when we do that, you will create raving fans. When we think about the customer journey, the magic lies in the details, and then raving fans, you are going to have magic in your business. Yes? Okay. So just a little reminder, those applications are due October 31st. Do not wait, my friends. Y'all know what happens when you say, oh, I'm going to get to that tomorrow. Oh, I'm going to do that this weekend. Oh, and then what happens? Deadline comes and goes, and then you're like, shit, I meant to do that. I probably shouldn't say that, but whatever. That's who I am. So if it's something that you're like, Erin, I've been dying, I need the support, let me know. Apply, put in your application, and then we can go from there. All right, let's do a really quick, speedy recap of today's show. Okay, I want to make sure that we do. So, speedy recap. It's supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Yes, after a quick trip to Disneyland with my hubby, I am just reminded why Disney is the master at what they do and how you can implement a few things ASAP to increase your student retention, to increase your client lifetime value the Disney way. And so the 3 top things that I noticed while we were there was, the first thing is Disney, the customer journey is number 1 priority over everything. They're thinking about from beginning to end of your experience, whether that's at a park, in a movie, in all that they do. They are thinking about the customer journey from beginning to end and how they all tie together. The second thing that I really recognized while I was there is that the magic lies in the details. It is the cherry on top of the sundae. It is the extra sparkle and glitter to it all. The magic lies in the details, and it really pluses the experience. It really supersizes the experience, if you will. And the last thing that we recognize that Disney does that you can do as well inside your studios to help create raving fans, increase your retention and your lifetime length and value, is they empower their cast members. They empower their staff, which in turns creates raving fans. And so, my friends, if you are not empowering your staff to make the decisions, to go the extra mile, to do awesome over average, this is where you are missing out. You can create raving fans who go out and sing your praise to everybody when you empower your staff. It is the difference between average and awesome. So, my friends, these are the 3 things that just jumped out to me while I was at Disney. There were lessons, things that, little reminders for me, and that you can absolutely translate in your business right now to supersize, to plus your experience, to help you achieve those big goals of increased enrollment, kiddos that come in when they're little and stay until they're aged out. These are little things that sometimes we forget about, but they are so important. So, my friends, I'm going to leave you there. I hope you have a fantastic week. We are trying to figure out right now if we're going to be able to do this live next week from Ireland. I'm not sure if we're going to be able to. We're trying to figure out the timing. So know that I might pop in at a different time. I don't know, because of all the time differences. Actually, I think I might be able to make it happen, because right now it's 4:30 there, 4:30 p.m. there. And as long as flights all happen good, I think, would you like me to come live from Ireland? Let me know in the comments. Let me know. If not, if you're like, Erin, you're there, enjoy your time, like whatever. We can also do a replay of an old episode that was a good one. So keep an eye out. We will let you know. We're going to be sending out our email reminders and things of that nature. So we'll let you know for sure. I'm meeting with my team, and with all fingers crossed, we should be able to. And that would be super awesome, because I want to share with you a little taste of Ireland for all of my friends here. So I'm going to leave you there. I hope you have a fantastic week, and I will see you all very, very soon.